contact. And when talking about team, it's either you are talking about account user or account admin. So whatever does not have something like having opportunities separately, having sellers separately, or having deals
Sir,
separately, something like
I
that.
am
Whatever does
sorry.
not have.
I'm sorry, but no, I don't believe that. And here's why I don't believe that. As I've said to you, every real estate
You
company
don't
that
believe
I
that?
know,
Let me tell you
every
something. I have a meeting with the Google Level support, and I explain this and they let me know that these things, this kind of thing, having opportunity in a separate is not something we can achieve with Google level. It's not built on Google level. You understand?
uh,
So Google level mainly based on contact.
okay. So you see this website that I'm showing you right now, REI Reply. And I'm very close to abandoning everything we did and just moving over to this and forgetting the rest of what we've done. I wasted the money. Sorry. Because REI Reply, you see this is clearly a CRM built for the purpose of real estate. Automating lead generation, conversations, whatever. Do you recognize the actual
Is this your
interface?
website?
Do you see this website here? REI Reply.
Okay, okay,
You see they are
okay. Log in,
clearly
log in. Let me
a
see.
real
Log in.
estate. What? You see how they're clearly a real estate investor focused website. They are a CRM service built for what I do. Right?
Okay.
Now, you recognize this interface. What is this interface? You recognize this side menu when you compare it to that side menu. This is Go High Level.
So, can you log into the yes this one? Okay, this Google level.
This is built on Go High Level.
You mean this is Google level?
This company is a whatever they call it reseller of Go High Level.
Okay, okay.
So what I'm saying is, and right here on the opportunities page, they're not driven by names. They're driven by properties. Every serious real estate investor I know personally that I see at meetings every month drives off of some variant of Go High Level. So when you're saying Go High Level is about the person, Go High Level can't handle properties, I'm sorry. That's simply not accurate. And you're not understanding that or whatever. And listen, what I believe is that how many other real estate companies have you built CRMs for?
Need the earpiece. The earpiece.
I'm
The
sorry?
earpiece. The earpiece.
Okay. And none of them drove their CRM based on the property? Okay. Let me be clear. How many investor real estate companies, not Joe and Jim buying Jane's house, but how many investor wholesale real estate companies have you done websites for? Have you done this for? Because when you're saying Go High Level doesn't do properties, it only does people, I could show you 9 examples where that's not true.
Okay, please show me.
Okay, I'll have to Google 9 of them, but I just showed you one of them. This company.
I've explored all GUI level features. I've go through GUI level, and I don't see anything like that inside GUI level. So I have to be sincere with you.
Okay,
I have to be
okay.
sincere with you. So
I really
I would
so
like
so
you to show me. I would like you to show me this GUI level account.
What am I showing you now?
The Google level account, the white label one, you just show me now. Yes, this one.
Yep.
I think this is built with custom code.
You think what?
Okay.
I'm unfortunately, I'm about to flush everything I've spent with you and just cancel and move on, and I'm just going to move over to this company, which means I lose the opportunity of building the ecosystem that you and I agreed we would build. I lose the opportunity of customizing. I lose the opportunity of contracts. I lose the opportunity of a lot of things. But if we can't get this basic reality to work, and I just do not believe, I, I don't understand how the three largest wholesalers that I work with, guys who are 50 times larger in monthly volume than I am, no lie, they're $1 million a month in volume, and they work off Go High Level. There is no way they're working off. Oh, gee, you have to go to you sold 3 properties to John Smith. You have to look at John Smith and dig down to find the paperwork on the specific deal you did with John Smith. I don't believe that. I don't believe when they're searching for 123 Main Street, they have to look through 9 other things with John Smith. I don't believe that. I've seen it. He's shown me his CRM. I think of his name. Right here. Go High Level's own advertising designed for real estate. So when we say Go High Level can't do real estate, why is it on their website?
I don't say Google level can't build real estate. I said Google level is not built for property.
Then what's real estate if it's
It's
not
built
property?
it's built for contact. So we can only have a property on the pipeline section, on the opportunity section. So if you check Google level, you will see we only have something like contact. Now, if you go through this Google level account, you can't see something like property. Can you
Okay.
share me? Can you share me the link to that page?
Yeah, so here's the thing, because I think we're going around in terms of distinction without a difference. But what I'm saying is that there is no way that either one of us truly believes a large real estate. So this is a real estate wholesaling company. This CRM is built for companies like mine. This does call this. So this is, hey, John Smith has these 4 properties to sell. Jose Mendez wants to
No,
buy
no, no.
4. So just hear me out, please. All of the properties might be connected to the same contact, but each property has to be a separate card. It has to be. Because let's say, not that it happens on the same day, but let's pretend John gives me 5 properties to sell for him on the same day. He wants to sell his whole portfolio. I list all 5 properties on the same day. If there's only one John Smith card, then when I have to move it to the next level, I have to move all 5 properties at once. They don't move all at the same time. All 5 properties will not go from listing to marketing to sale to closing all together. They might, but probably not. So I don't care the internal mechanisms. I care the operational reality that every time the form is filled in, it's a separate property. It might include the same seller. It might not. It might include the same team member. It might not. So how it gets tagged in the back end, I don't know. But if Nair Creighton is managing 9 properties as my agent, 4 of them from one seller, Nair's connected to 9 cards, the seller's connected to 4 cards. And if a buyer is buying 2 of those cards, that buyer person is connected to 2 of those cards. That's just the way the industry works. And and Go High Level does that. That's what Go High Level does for so many different companies. The whole reason I engaged you rather than picking one of these other companies is because I want to build what we haven't even gotten to, which is the contract section, kind of the financials and the education and the lending section, so I could sell my own version. I wanted to be doing this. I want to be charging people $99 a month for additional accounts. That's why I'm doing all this. That's why I'm spending all this time and all this money, is because I want to be able to be on the sell side of selling the product eventually. But right now, this doesn't. I see Nair Creighton 679 Lincoln. There is not a field in the system that shows that. So I don't know how we. And I just sent you a REI reply. Oh, I know where I can look for that. Sorry, and I want to show you at least the marketing piece for another one. So what you're saying is right now we have not fixed the problem of what you're saying right now we have not fixed. Why is it making me want to leave that? What you're saying is right now we have not fixed the problem of everything that each time the form is filled in, it's a different property and a different card.
The form can be filled in a different pipeline, but having an opportunity like having a features on Google level whereby you will be able to see all the opportunities and the informations, and also target them to teams, agents or sellers. You mentioned something like stage by stage. So all those things, I don't think all those things can be built on Google level. Can you share me the link to the page, to the Google level page where we have the real estate? The link of the landing page. This landing page.
Which landing page? This one?
The landing page. This landing page where we have Google level icon. This landing page. After the Gmail.
The audio is cutting out real bad. I'm sorry. Say that again. It was going good for a while. And now it's not.
I mean the third tab.
This one?
The third one. No. The one beside this one. The one beside the search, the blue search icon. This GUI level
So,
page. GUI level page. GUI level landing page.
okay. Oh, you mean this
No,
one?
no, no.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Please share me the link. I want to check something. Can you share me the link of the page?
GoHighLevel.com.
Yes. That link. Yeah.
Yeah, and here's another company built on Go High Level, doing all of this from within Go High Level. And I got to tell you, this makes me cry. I'll be honest with you. Not only is the money gone, but months are gone. I thought we were going to be here in the amount of months we had going on. The budget would have been higher, but I wanted to be done by this point. Funnels, marketing campaigns, SMS, landing pages. I wanted to have built out the whole system by now. And we can't get to where I could be tomorrow if I just moved into REI Reply.
Now, can you go back to the page? If you check the features on the page, those are the things that can be done on GUI level.
Yes.
If you check the features, we have contact and lead management, unified inbox, automated follow-up sequences, integrated calendar and scheduling, customizable workflows, advanced reporting and analytics, funnel builder, marketing campaigns, SMS marketing, reputation
Yes.
management, landing
But
page
we
builder,
can't do
custom
any of that
form
yet.
and surveys. So all these things are the things that can be done on GUI level.
But though all of those things are based on, here's the thing. My challenge here is you took on a real estate development company that came to you as the expert. And you're telling me that Go High Level, the technology, cannot do the basic stuff I asked for, when REI Reply, built on Go High Level, does it and a lot more. Osmanic. I used to be an Osmanic customer. I closed Osmanic because you and I started building this. Because I wanted
As
more
many
control.
AI CRM.
Yes, and they are driven off of. I know the owner personally.
What was this
I
used
have
for?
what?
What was this Asmanic used for? This CRM platform?
The largest real estate investor and wholesaler in my town, who does over $1 million a month in wholesale transactions, $1 million a month. This is his software built on Go High Level. He wouldn't be with Go High Level if it couldn't do what I'm telling you. And I wish you hadn't taken the project if you didn't understand real estate investing. Because everything I've learned since then is that you don't understand my business. You don't understand real estate investing because it's not about John Smith. I'm not selling John Smith. Are you telling me go high? I mean, that's the basic problem here. And you know, every time I brought this to you, and you've said yes, I can do it. We come back. We've been doing this since at least October. Make it work off the property. Okay. Make it work off the property. Okay. And now you're telling me you can't do it, and I'm showing you off 5 minutes 2 different companies that drive, and you and I both cannot deny this is Go High Level. Look at that menu. And they didn't
All these things are built with custom code.
What?
All these things are built by developers. All these things. This is not the real main Go High Level features. You see, we have AI agent, marketing, cost, additional. All these things are built with custom code.
Those are all default built into Go High Level. Yes, I agree with you. This software is Go High Level. How do I know? Because the menu is exactly the same. Has a couple additions. They've added a couple things to it, but it's the same. I've been on the phone with the owner of this company, and he confirmed they are built on Go High Level. I've been on the phone with the owner of this company. I know him. I've had dinner with him. I used to see him once a month at meetings. This is built on Go High Level. This works on a property basis.
You mean this Asmenic AI?
Yes.
So are you able to log inside the Asmenic AI account?
I'm not a member anymore because I quit them when you said you could deliver this 4 or 5 months ago. I canceled them. I don't know how far further ahead if I just stayed put. I'm pissed because right now my company is stalled. And I gave you forms and you just slapped them in. You didn't look at them. You spent no time because you don't have a skill set in real estate. You didn't review the form and say, hey, why are there redundancies here? And I'm asking again and again for what I think is the simple thing is when I look at the cards, make the cards be for the properties. I don't care internally but this card, Nair Creighton is correct on several cards, but then I open up the card and I go here and Nair Creighton is showing up as primary contact name. Even though he's the agent, he's not the primary contact. That's not his role. He's not the contact for the property. He's the agent. He's not the owner. That's not what the form says. Why is the opportunity name going further down? We have an opportunity source. Why is the address an opportunity source? Where did that connection come from? City, state, property type isn't filled in. We have an address on the property, but it's not here. And then I come to this form, and team member name is blank, but he filled in team member name as Nair Creighton. How do I know he did that? I know he did that because when I look over here, team member name, Nair Creighton. And these labels aren't consistent either. I wish I'd looked in September and October and said, wow, we're really not getting there. But I had some personal stuff going on and I trusted you were getting us there. But now that I'm looking, I'm realizing, holy crap, not only aren't we there, but I'm not sure you know how to get us there. You're telling me Go High Level can't do it. And I'm saying, look at this.
Is that possible inside this Replify account?
What?
Is that possible? Is that possible inside this account?
Is that possible? What?
On this screen.
I don't
Like
understand the
what you
question.
said you want me to set up for you on GUI level, what you want to achieve on GUI level, is that possible inside this account, this CRM account, this replica?
This is Go High Level. What I
I know.
can't do here, the reason I hired a developer, which I'm now losing any kind of understanding of why I did. I can't create my own software the way I gave you the outline when I told you what the stages were supposed to be and what the phases and what I paid you for milestones that were never done. Okay. And that upsets me to that I let that happen. I screwed up. We never finished the financial milestone and I paid you for it before we even started it. I am here. This is built on Go High Level. I could have done this. I could have stayed with Osmanic, but I wanted my own thing I could resell. The problem is the thing I've built can't do the most basic thing possible. It can't track the opportunities based on property, and this gives me consistent answers when I open different windows. Yours doesn't. It looks like this when I open up from over here, but I can't change it. It looks like this over here. And if I'm in opportunities and I click it here, it looks like this in informations, team member name. I don't know why borrower name is in the seller pipeline, but that's a different question. And here's contact. Team member name is blank. But we know he filled in his team member name because it's here. I don't know why it's primary contact name. Why he's here? It's called primary contact. I mean, I'm lost. And the problem is, how do I work when every time I click a different button, it shows up differently? First name, last name. Is this team first name? Is this seller first name? We don't know. Even though this is the form he filled in. Although actually, the form he filled in is wherever the form went. Team member name. You want to change this team first name, team last name, whatever. What I'm saying is that the consistency between the buttons is not there. And because the consistency is not there, when I went and said on this, where you had previously shown me I should add more information, property address is blank. Except we know from over here, property address is not blank. So you see the problem? In one button, it's blank. In one button, it's not. But it's the same card. It's the same property. How do I use? So what I'm saying is, I don't even know if we can fix this. But right now, how do I use this? I don't think we can because I don't think we can do it. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. So I'm not sure how much of what I just said you heard, so I don't know.
Okay. So I have just two questions. And my first question is, Do you have any CRM or go high level account that can be able to do what you're talking about?
That can be able to do what?
Now, you showed me this
Yep.
reply.
Right. I'm showing it to you right now. This is it.
What the CRM? Can you show me if that is possible?
Is what possible?
What you want me to set up, like having an opportunity for each information for each deal. What you want to achieve with go high level. What you just mentioned right now. I said, is that possible inside the
It already
CRM you
exists
showed me,
inside this.
the white label CRM?
If I abandoned what we did and I moved in here today I would have control of every property that fills out my form, individually by property. If we made a refund and I said, okay, screw this, I lost 6 months, I'm going to forget building my own system. I'm going to live inside of somebody else's. I could be operational by 5 o'clock today in this software. Unfortunately, the phone's breaking up. I can't tell the question you're asking, but this does it. Osmanic does it. That's when That's when you're telling me Go High Level can't. Is simply not. And Go High Level's own marketing information says it can happen, and AI's explanation of what Go High Level can do says it can happen. So when you're sitting there saying it can't, I'm hearing you don't know how to. I'm not hearing can't. I'm hearing you've never done a real estate wholesaler CRM and you took one on when you shouldn't. I'll be perfectly blunt. And if that's true, that's fine. Refund the money, we move on. Or negotiate something and I'll just find someone who can. Because we had the same problem in the contract section. I was very clear in the contract section what I wanted to happen. You took the job and then come to me after and say, oh, it can't work the way you asked me to make it work. Even though I agreed to make it work that way, you can't do it.
No. What you sent to me is, I said it is possible on go high level. But you later mentioned that you should have property, like have property for
I
each
honestly
information for
didn't
each
think
deal.
I had to,
That's why I said it's not possible.
but here's the thing. I honestly didn't think, I probably should have questioned, have you ever built one of these for a real estate wholesaler? Because I never imagined, I'll be honest with you, that someone would take a real estate business. The word is real estate. That's what we're selling. And I believe it's a fairly common term in most countries, but real estate means property and dirt. Okay? That's what we sell. We don't sell people. It's not my Amazon account and I bought 5 toothbrushes and 6 donuts and 7 whatever. No. Amazon lives based on people and based on login accounts. They're not a real estate company, they're a store. Real estate, we sell just that, real estate. I didn't think I had to tell you that we were a property-based industry because I didn't think you'd taken a project with real estate not knowing that it was the property that matters.
Okay. So I ask, do you have the CRM you showed me now? The CRM, the replica CRM you showed me now, is that possible in the CRM?
Is what possible? Working by property?
Having,
I've already said
having,
yes.
having, I told you yes, yes. I told you yes because
No,
What
no,
you
no, no.
mentioned then is what Go High Level can do.
Okay.
Having agents, having multiple users inside Go High Level, that's possible. Having pipe opportunity for each contact when someone filling the form, it's possible. Contract document, all those things is possible. But later you mentioned something which I have to have a meeting with God support to ask them if it is possible. Having a property when a form is created, like it acts, it the information now relies on property, not contact. We may have one contact that want to sell multiple properties. I want to sell 5 property, and each property will have its own details, its own records. Now, what you are saying now is that if we have a contact and the contact want to sell 5 or 6 property, we should have a pipeline for each property where we have all the information, all the details for the contact. If you
Most of what
check
I
if you check
understood, because the phone kept breaking out.
okay,
But
if you
so
check
so
go
so
high
so
level
so, so, so
features,
just what?
if we check go high level features, we are going to see all the features. There's nothing like a section for property unless we can achieve that on the pipeline opportunity.
All right. Here's the thing that I think you're forgetting. I didn't come and say, "Gee, I've researched Go High Level. I've looked at their," because I wouldn't know. Okay, I came to a whole Go High Level qualified developer and said, "Here's what I wish to do for the industry called real estate," knowing that Osmetic, REI replied, other companies do it. Okay. Um, really don't think it's my job to read the features of Go High Level and decide if Go High Level can do it. First of all, because I see many other companies
Yes.
doing it within Go High Level. Just please let me finish. I see many
Now,
other companies doing it.
many companies they can be using it for their real estate agent, for their real estate business, and they may not be using something like having property different from contact because everyone know that go high level based on contact, not property.
Sir. No,
Everyone knows that.
no. I can point blank say no. Very much, I can say no. I know Jake Arnold personally, who owns Osmetic. I've known him for 7 years. He was a know-nothing kid when he started, and he moved way past me, partially because he built a great Go High Level back-end system, which is what I'm trying to do. Okay, I know what his system can do. He sells to the same buyer a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen times. That buyer is not in there a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen times in his system. He sells for the same portfolio seller over and over and over. That seller is not 10, 12, 14 contacts in his system. I've seen his system. He's pulled it up on his computer and shown it to me. That's why I joined Osmetic in the first place. So what I'm saying
Okay.
is,
Let's do something
if you
now.
can't do it, that's
Is it
fine.
is it is it possible for you to have a meeting with go high level support and ask them all these
No,
questions?
I am
So after
done.
asking,
No. It's not possible for me to, frankly, at that point, refund the money I sent you. Or let's discuss a refund because I'm done. I don't want to teach the developer how to do what the developer said he could do. It's not my
I
job.
already told you.
If I'm doing that, why did I hire a Go High Level expert 4 months ago to complete in what was supposed to be 30 days, what we're however many months in, and we're fighting over whether it's even possible. I will not have meetings with Go High Level support. I won't. I simply won't. I've shown you 2 apps that do it, and those are 2 very, very easy to find other ones. And you've been telling me for weeks, no problem, I can do it. No problem, I can do it. And we're not there. So I have to say that no, I will not have a meeting with Go High Level support and spend more hours to do what I've spent months to do. If you aren't, okay, so again, I ask you again something you've never answered for me. How many real estate wholesale companies have you built complex CRM systems for in Go High Level? Was I your first?
Yeah, this is not a matter of refund. This is not a matter of refund because I've spent a lot. No, I don't have any money right now at all, at all.
No, no,
So
no, no. Sir,
right
I asked
now,
you for your
according to what
okay.
you mentioned earlier when we started,
Sir, I'm begging you. You keep stepping around the question that I asked. Okay? The question that I asked was very
okay,
simple. How many other real estate wholesale and brokerage companies have you built Go High Level CRM systems for that period? How many before you started working with me?
I told you two.
Okay. Show me their systems right now and show me how a real estate wholesaler works when each property is not a different opportunity card. Show me how a wholesaler can work, and these are two separate questions. I want answers to both of them. Show me in their systems that depending on where you click, information is different. Okay, I click here. Primary contact name is this. I click here, team member name, which is where he entered Nair Creighton. That's where he entered. It was in team member name. It's blank. Okay. This is how do you show me that your other clients are working like this? Show me that in this section, he has contact first name, not team member, but contact. And we have down here no property address. But over here, we have a property address. Okay, 4 different sections, same card. None of them give information consistently. How do we operate with that? If we hit the wrong button, if my guys go to this link, they figure there's no property address filled in. I can't run this deal. I need to delete it because there's no property address. They have to think, maybe I should go over here, and then I should click here, and then I should click somewhere else. This has no property address, but maybe, you see what I mean? I don't even remember where the property address existed. Show me that your other clients work the same way. Show me how I'm supposed to work with that.
If I have access to the account, I can show you. I can show you and explain everything to you. Because what we set up then, I don't have access to the account anymore because we have worked for a long time. So I don't have access to the account anymore. What we set up is not based on property, it's based on contact.
Sir,
That when I don't know, maybe
I
they
don't
set
believe
up
that.
property after that. After that, I don't know. But when we work together, they don't mention anything each property.
Okay, so let's, first of all, I don't believe, and this may be why you don't work together anymore. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't believe that any real estate investor, because what am I selling as a real estate person? Am I worried about how many toothbrushes someone bought? John Smith bought 500 toothbrushes? No, I'm selling real estate. But even within what you created, I get different results. Different things are blank depending on where I click. Primary contract name, which is actually team, if you look at the website. Team first name, team last name. Okay, primary contact name is what it now says. But if I click over here, team member name is blank. And the other fields don't even show up about team first name, team last name. So even within what you created, nothing's consistent. I click here, first name, last name, email, which if you look at the form, there's no place for him to fill in his email. So where did it get that email address? But then I click over here, and lots of things are filled in. And my favorite one is property address is blank here. Property address is not blank here. Explain that. But most importantly, explain what the hell I do now. Besides abandoning the $1,800 I already spent and saying, I now have to either move to a different software and say, give up on my dream of having my own, or find another developer and start off at zero. What are you offering to get us to have these issues fixed? To get us somewhere near something. I mean, even if the information was consistent, if everywhere I clicked was consistent. Now, one easy way, maybe easy, I don't know, it's horrible. I'll be perfectly honest, it's still horrible. But if contact is the only way, then maybe you have to create a unique ID for the contact. So that the contact is like you have. Now you're creating an address. This becomes the contact's name. But then, if that's true within here, all of these results should show the same information. This one doesn't show property information, property address. This one does. But even within this one card, I've got inconsistency. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize you weren't seeing that. I thought you were seeing the whole thing. But even within this one card, no property address here, but when I click over here, there's a property address. Same card, two different places, different information. If I open it up this way, primary contact name, we scroll down, no property address. Yet up here, it shows property address. We come here, team member name, which is Nair Creighton, and he's here. Again, no property address. Yet, inside the card, inside the, I don't even know what they're called anymore. But what he submitted had all the answers. How do I run a business like this? Sir? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm trying to submit the form.
I've been asking how do I reconcile all these different inconsistent results from created from the exact same form filled out?
How do we do it?
What?
Please, can you come again? I can't hear your question.
All right. Again, I go back to the opportunities. This is one instance of the form being filled out. All right.
The one at the top.
One
No, no,
instance of the
no.
form being filled out. The one that was emailed to me last night that showed no team member, the one that he filled out last night. No, he filled it out last night. Opportunity name. Okay, so we have Nair Creighton, which is a team member name. It's not a primary contact name. That wasn't the field. That wasn't the field I gave you. Referring back to the form where he filled in Nair Creighton, team member, first name, last name. Okay, so it's not primary contact name. The property's contact is not the agent. The property's contact is the seller. If you've done real estate before, you know the seller, owner, deeded owner is what matters. The agents can come and go. But we have opportunity name with the team member and the address. Incomplete address, complete address. But when I scroll down to property address, it's blank on the same piece of electronic paper. Now here I am. Team member name is blank, even though he gave us his name. Property address is a blank. Now, okay, let's say I didn't get lost and I came over here. I'm sorry. Because you just put in a new form. But stick with the same one. First name Nair, last name Creighton. Okay, should be team member, but whatever. We scroll down a little bit. Property address is again blank. And yet, if we look at the form he entered, property address has never been blank. And if you're going to anchor it off seller, if you're saying life lives off contacts, life lives off that. Life doesn't live off agent. So in one card, depending on where I click, I think, oh, here's everything, but I can't add any information to it. And by the way, if you're going to email me something, this is what I want emailed, this full content. If I look here, there's no property address, but there's a property address over here. How do we operate a business like this? When I can't even look everywhere and see consistent information.
Did you fill the property address?
In some pages, yes.
You fill the property address.
It depends on where I go, whether or not I see property address, which is exactly what I. Okay, so to do this again, if I click on the form, so you see property address is empty here. And yet if I click on the form submitted, property address is right there. So within this one card, I have a problem. Now, if I open the card the other way, I click on this, which is a combination of the team member name and the address. It says no property address. If I click on,
I don't think that is the property address. I don't think so.
you don't think what's the property address?
Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down.
Yep, blank. And this may have to do with the redundant fields that you couldn't find as redundant fields, but I showed you as redundant fields. But you see my problem. Where did the system come up with 679 Lincoln Street, Hazleton, which is the full address? Please state property type zip. Everything. But they're empty here. Where did it come up with it? I know where it came up with it. Came up with it because he gave it when he filled in the property address. Forget where it went now. Oh, I opened yours, not his. Oops.
I'm coming. I'm trying to. Okay. Can you
What?
click on?
So when he filled out his form, he gave us the property address. See? It's there. Property address. When I look here, I don't have a property address. This file is called Nair Creighton with the property address. And yet when I scroll down to property address, it's empty. But when I look at the submitted information, property address is not empty. And when I realized this may be caused by redundant fields, and which is something I was hoping was going to get caught by the developer, but whatever. And you couldn't find redundant fields. Now I fixed that. The point is, you're saying Go High Level can't do it, and I'm saying, well, REI replied disagrees, Osmanic disagrees, Go High Level disagrees. Where do we go from here? I really don't know, because we're an hour and a half in, and it sounds like what we talked about you getting done earlier in the week still isn't done. I don't know where we go from here. And you're saying there's no duplicates. If there's no duplicates, why do I have the word address coming up 7 times? Really only 2 over here. So I don't know. What do we do now? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just as lost and actually more stressed than before we started this video.
What is it?
What?
What did you say? I can't hear you.
Well, I've been asking you over and over again why. Let's start with a very basic thing. Within, and I've shown this to you many times, within the card, within the single card of what
Yes.
night you filled out.
If we is filling the feed for the property address, I think we should see it inside the contact details or inside the CR, inside the opportunity. So I don't think maybe did you fill in the property address when filling the form?
Are you asking me if the property address was filled out on the form?
Yes.
Okay. So when you showed me the activity section that supposedly shows all of what was filled out on the form, that's what we should look to answer your question, right?
Yes. No, the property address for the contact is different from the property address for the opportunity.
Okay. Again, and I do not know how to stress this enough. We don't ever care about the address of the seller. That is never a question we even ask. There is no place on the form that it says, seller, give me your personal home address. It doesn't ask that. And this is where I keep coming back to I don't think you understand real estate. Because Amazon cares about the home address of their customers. I sent 500 tubes of toothpaste to that address in the last 12 months. I better send them an ad for more toothpaste. I don't care. Every time a form is filled out, whatever, if you're
Don't worry, I
calling,
will fix that now.
all right, if you're calling it, you asked me if an address was filled into the form. What do you see on the screen here?
Can you submit the form again?
Huh? You see a property address, right? That was filled out on the form.
Yes, yes. Can you submit the form again?
The last part of what you're saying, I don't understand. I'm sorry. But then in here, the same card, the same spot, property address exists when I pop up activity. It doesn't exist over here.
This is not, we have two property address. If you scroll down, you're going to see another property address again.
And here's the thing: when I realized there were redundancies, and I said to you, please eliminate. Which I made the mistake of assuming you would look at my forms and actually make some suggestions based on being a professional developer. But when I said to you, get rid of the redundancies, you said to me today in message, there are no redundant fields. There are redundant
No.
fields. Okay. Let me take this right back to beginning as if we just met. What you're calling contact, if you're even right, which I don't really believe, what you're calling contact is the property. Property address is the contact. The contact is 679 whatever street, Hazleton, owner John Smith, city, state, zip, boom. That's the contact. If Go High Level lives on contact, that's the contact. And if I want to see how many properties John Smith has sold me, I look up I search for John Smith and his phone number. And when those two things are true, that's the John Smith I want. If you can't do anything but contact, maybe that's what these other companies are doing. They're using the address as the contact. I don't know how they're doing it. I didn't come here to teach how to do it. I came here to have a software built. But the only thing I freaking care about is the property. I have to be able to reach the seller. I have to be able to contact the seller. I have to know who the agent is. But every time the form is filled out, the property is what it is about. And that's the conversation we've been having for 4 months. And if you've done real estate before, that's the only conversation that matters. I need to be able to look back and say, I did 9 deals with John Smith in the last year. Oh, John, you've been a great customer for us. I need to be able to do that. If we ever get to the point of being able to do workflows and pipelines and automations, if I ever see that before I'm out of this business, that I'll need that information. But right now, I gotta work my property, but I still don't understand how what's filled in here isn't consistent with what we're seeing over here. So how do we get there? We're almost 2 hours into our conversation, and I'm sorry it's taking this long, but how do we get to a system I can actually work with?
Now, based on what you said now, when someone fill the form, the property address on the form, it does not show any contact. Now, what I'm going to do now is that I think we have 3 questions for the property address, 3 custom field. So one is property address that has the IP, the other one is just the property address for the contact, and the third one is the property address for the opportunity. So I'm going to fix that now.
Okay.
I'm fixing that now.
I sent you the fields that matter, but yeah, I mean, basically, I sent you the fields that matter. And it's also very important to me and I'm not sure why it didn't change. I just changed it internally. And we're saying first name, last name. All right. So since we have 2 different names going on, we have the team member name and we have the seller name. Those 2 names have to be clearly, and there's other sellers, there's secondary sellers. The fields have to be identified so that when I'm reading them, I know which one they are. But do you understand how when I'm saying contact, whatever, each time the form is filled out, we're talking about a specific property. And when I look at these contact cards, when I look at these cards, these opportunity cards, an opportunity to me is the property. A contact is a person. If they mean the same thing to Go High Level, I don't know why there are 2 buttons. But this opportunity is a property, different property. Everything is a different property. The only thing we deal with is property. Because this Nair Creighton might move ahead. This Nair Creighton might die. It might go way down here to the death category. So do you understand now? Are you able to give me something that makes this work? Hello. All right, sir, do you understand what where are we at now? Because I think that I'm not sure what else I can offer.
Yes, yes. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to edit the forms, and also about the opportunity for the dues. I'm going to edit that so that when someone fill in the form, they are going to see the opportunity address and other details in the opportunity section. And also the contact, the contract property address is different from the opportunity contract property address. So
I
when, like, if we are the property address and the property address is for the opportunity, you can only see the address inside the opportunity. You can't see it in the contact section unless I have an automation to update that manually, to update that in the automation. So what are the things, like, what are the things you will want me to work on now?
All right. What I want now, and please, I'm being precise because to me it's never changed. It has been the same what I want from the day when I was interviewing you and 7 other people for this project back in early fall. My want has never changed. I want a functional CRM for real estate that does what REI Reply does. Lets people fill out forms, call in, text in, email in, communicate with us in various ways, and we follow the property. That's what I want. Plus the contracts and the financial stuff, which is the only reason I'm hanging in here, because I really want that. Eventually, I want a fully functional CRM. I want what I could have with Osmanic or with REI Reply that also offers me the contract control and the financial control. That's the whole reason we're here. I want to create a business that actually runs. So what I want now is no different than what I wanted in August. No different than what I wanted whenever we started this. So just be clear about that. Right now, what I want is, I've given you the fields that are necessary. I've shown you what's redundant. Because at some point you said you didn't see a redundancy. And I've shown you where the redundancies are. Okay? I want those fields in a functional, organized fashion, which I really did rely on the developer looking at my form and saying, wow, that sucks. Let me make it make more sense. I didn't rely on my developer saying, oh, we'll just take this and click it over. I came to you and said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. No offense. I need help. And I don't know that I got that help because we're 2 hours here for a very basic thing. I don't care about the seller's home address. Their phone number, email, name, and the names of other and contact of other sellers. That's all I need. I don't need where they live. I don't care where they live right now. I care about the only address that ever matters right now is the property address. Once, the property address, once matters. That's it. City, state, zip, da da da. So the contact, John Smith with this phone number and this email, that's a person. This property owned by John Smith with this email or whatever is the opportunity. That's the card. That's what we need to be able to move and follow. So if everything has to circle around the property address as being the hero, John Smith, that address is what you seem to be calling the contact. I don't care. Because that entity, that piece of dirt, if John Smith owns 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Main Street, meaning number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 7, that's 5 different opportunities in my pipeline. If John Smith wants me to sell all 5 properties. So that's always been the driver. The address is the opportunity. The card is the address. Hello? All right, I'm done. I'm absolutely done.